Yeah, well, they'll need to be. They'll all have input into the signings that Newcastle make. Eddie Howe is an exceptional coach, but I don't think that you can just hand him a player without his approval, because I think he's earned the right and has the respect of everybody that he would need some say in who Newcastle bring in. It's a very different model, isn't it, to the one that was there with Alan Pardew and Graham Carr many years ago, when perhaps Pardew didn't get who he wanted and Newcastle had some successes, some failures. I just think what's different now about recruitment so far is that they've got pretty much all of them right. There have been varying degrees of success, but I don't think any of the signings they've made have, I would say, were wrong moves or mistakes.
Yeah, 100%. I just want to quickly go back to incomings. I'll come to you first, Kieran. If you could, or if you think Eddie Howe could sanction one deal without any obstacles, a realistic incoming, one more signing, which position do you think it would be?
Blimey. I think centre half. Yeah, that screams out at me. I think Fabian Schär did brilliantly last season. As I was saying earlier, just expect him and Botman to stay 100% fit with all the games they have. To keep clean sheets, I think it's a big ask. I think if they could have got a 25-year-old centre half, a real pedigree who could come in, who could hit the ground running, that would have been a huge signing, yeah.
Aaron?
I'm going to slightly disagree. I think for me, there was a lot of talk when Sandro Tonali signed that they were going to try and raid AC Milan again for Theo Hernandez at left back. I think that would have been, probably even more of a statement. I think if there was no obstacle and no FFP to worry about, I think you're looking at maybe an upgrade at left back and maybe an upgrade on right midfield. Anybody who listens to the podcast knows how crazy I was about Moussa Diaby before Villa signed him, and I think those two are maybe the positions that, don't get me wrong, Dan Burn and Miguel Almiron have done fantastic. They're fantastic servants, but I just think if we look at what Newcastle are going to do in the next couple of windows, those are the positions that stand out where you think maybe Miggy and Dan Burn are going to slowly become squad players and they're going to be upgraded slightly.
Lee?
Well, in terms of who I think or what position I think they'd be looking at, it will be centre back, and I know for a fact only on Sunday, pretty much the moment Botman got injured, there was a well-established England international that was getting shoved their way by agents, which you might have seen something on our website about. Harry Maguire was the player that was getting heavily pushed towards Newcastle. So that's the area that I think they'll look at. If you're asking me where I would go, I've probably already said it. Another forward, an established forward, someone who can just slot in there and cover for Wilson and Isaac when they're injured. So for me, it boils down to goals, scoring goals, and that's where they're going to have to look if they want to be a success this season.
Let's see if we can get 5 different answers here. So I'm going to say number 6. What are you going to say?
Oh, no pressure. Interestingly on forwards, have you seen that Hugo Ekitike might be on his way from PSG? And he was the player Newcastle wanted last year a couple of times and didn't get him. A young forward. If it's going to be a forward, you think it would have to be a younger one who might accept being third in line and not playing regularly. I know Isak can be used in different positions, but I can't really say anything other than centre back, because it's an important part of the team, and maybe we thought they would get one anyway. I think they're light there. If they get another injury to a centre half, then they'll be in trouble, and you might have to have other people filling in, and that's not what they want.